Tape my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profane. Like you, be strong.
You need anything from me? You're all set up on my side? Go. I'm not right now. I can. Would it? I'm looking a little bit crazy today, though. Took a shower and then didn't do anything. It's blue.
I'm sorry.
Blue.
I'm sorry. You took a shower today and then look crazy. Have you, dude? My hair when I shower will most of the time be out to here. Literally out to here.
Yeah, I showered and just like left it alone.
Yeah, I have to at least like put 8 different fucking products for my hair to actually look normal.
This is just video.
Hi.
I'm okay. Hi, Amber. I wanted to just see you because I've never seen you before.
And me. It also is very difficult because I live in Philly.
I know. I was literally just thinking about that. You don't have it listed anywhere on your Facebook profile, though. I don't think. I just stalked it. Yeah.
You are more than welcome. You can also, if you go to my sister's profile, which should be listed at Sierra, in my family page, you can probably find other photos of me.
Yeah, you guys have great names. I love that.
Aw, thanks. That's why Flint's your name.
I literally, I have pictures from, when I was, a literal child on my Facebook profile, still, public.
Same. We have a bunch of, oh my god, festival friends, because our mom was, one of the big people at Philly Folk Fest. And so there's, photos of that I don't even remember getting taken.
Oh, no.
Being on Facebook, and it's did not know that was a thing.
That is so funny. Jake, how does Brandon make it just your video? Just click on his face. Everyone else, I'll just give it back.
You should be able just to click on me. I would love a beer. Thank you. You do one of the fest beer.
Yeah.
I would like the fest beer.
I have a fan. What's now with security?
It's my
circulating
baby.
Creepin' Liz. I love her.
It's the only reason I'm listening. Yeah, you just. We still have that screenshot. Tell us, watch out there. I mean, I don't actually have it saved. I just sent it to you, and it's somewhere back in history.
That's the thing I need to do. That's right. Kage chat. So they can watch this shenanigans.
Thanks. My mom always says the same thing. Every time she sees me, she goes, "Oh my god, you're..." Oh my god. When the actual podcast starts, yes, I can tell you. It's probably. What? I don't think they can hear you when you're talking. Oh. Can you hear her singing? Yeah, no, they cannot. I wanted to make sure that you guys can't hear her talking in the background.
That's fair.
I mean, it'll clip a little bit if you say something loud. Fest beer.
I wasn't sure if it actually was listed as beer or not.
It's the podcast says mature audiences, and you have to click OK. So I'm pretty sure that it'll be.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We're here now.
Brandon drinks on the podcast too. Hi. Your live view has changed somehow. Don't rightly know what that is. Maybe. Oh, we're live. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
We exist.
Hasta luego. I mean, you're still there.
Just make your face a little bit bigger for this.
There. I'll do this little thing here. Little dance. Little dance in there. And you don't have to worry about having a me on the internet
today? Thank you for joining. Yes, I'm talking over SetTop because he's talking nonsense. I don't know what I did to his face cam. Let's just go ahead and fix that. What's up, Apex? How are you doing, man? I'm clicking all the buttons around, so that's fun. Let's fix your face.
Fix my face? You couldn't have said that in a more understanding way, could you?
No, not really.
Can't you lock it?
Alright, today we are talking Destiny 2. And really we're going to be starting with the highlights of Trials this last week and the weeks before. Have any of you guys had a chance to play Destiny over the last week, specifically Trials?
Yes.
Yeah, a tiny bit of Trials. I did do mostly Iron Banner though, because I'm kind of a much bigger fan of Iron Banner, but it's neither
I
here
think
nor
Iron Banner is this week. I think
it is
Iron Banner is this week.
Yeah.
But I did get a little bit of Trials in. Felt weird just because it's not the game mode I'm used to. It was still fun. Didn't get my butt kicked too bad.
And I know specifically SetTop and I, we got to play some Trials together. Besides
Yeah, I think we did all right.
mode, we did all right. We didn't manage to go flawless. I know a few people did manage to go flawless.
I did.
I didn't even know the music was still on. No, it's gone. But anyway, yeah, I managed to not go flawless. I tried really hard. I got to 6 wins.
Oof.
I did watch 3 other people in my fire team go flawless. So that's an interesting turn down of public matchmaking. You get to get matchmade with people that are going flawless when you're not on your flawless card.
That is true. I agree with that. And it's really strange because Notai was talking to me about something weird popping up on the side of the screen when he helped carry some people to flawless. It was whatever the person could not be touched.
One other person could not be touched?
No, it's whatever the username was.
Yeah, I think that actually comes out when it's when somebody is just doing really well. I think it's like so many kills without dying or taking damage, it says you can't be touched.
Okay.
So it's like a kill streak medal. Just
Yeah.
Okay. But I think the new Trials meta, it actually, with all the changes they've made, it gave me a new inspiration to play PvP again, because for the last 4, 5, 6 seasons, I've decided that Destiny's no longer a PvP game. I was like, I'm only playing PvE. I'm only going to raid and hang out with my friends and not be in the toxicity that is Destiny PvP. I don't know about how do you guys feel. Like, I've noticed myself play more PvP and excited. Working towards my Deadeye. What is it? Title? Yeah. Title.
Yeah, title.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I never really shied away from the PvP. I always loved it. I mean, it wasn't like, so in D1 I was definitely like obsessed with Iron Banner, and that was all I did. And so that kind of went away with D2 a little bit. But the last couple days of Iron Banner, I've just been really enjoying. You know, it's fun. I'm at the, you know, a good enough light level. I think I'm right around average, and it's not noticeably more difficult. It's just, I don't know, it's fun.
Set-top, what are you staring at?
I'm going back and forth between looking at the camera screen and reading the chat.
I could see you like eyes glancing over. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm chilling out.
Amber, I know you managed to go flawless 2 weekends in a row.
No, one. This
No,
weekend
what?
was
I thought you
one.
went flawless the week before too.
No, I think the furthest I got was 5 wins in that card 2 weeks ago. It was only this weekend, and it was with 2 of the Kages.
So, I don't know about you guys. I managed to have more success in a team of 2 or solo queue than I did triple stacking.
Oh, 100%.
Well, yeah, I do see that. When we would get like into the 3rd or the 4th win, it would start ramping up to be a lot harder, and then we would have to reset a card probably at like our 5th win, and we went through I think 5 or 6 cards.
Okay.
Until we actually got to the 7th win.
Did you guys do any cards 7 wins without going flawless?
No.
I did not.
No.
I did not.
So, one thing
Not
that's
this weekend,
bugging
at
me
least.
is I did. And can you guess what I got as a reward?
Can you
Oh,
even get
did you get that messenger?
was it the picture of this
Big thumbs up.
I got 2 enhancement prisms, which I am maxed out on.
That's pretty good though.
Dude, they're in my postmaster. I have so many.
I know, but like
If I
think
spend
about
the
it.
time to go 7 wins, like in just like not reset my card and take the time and get to 7 wins, I should at least get a gun drop.
Yeah.
Well, you do though. You get out of Saint. You still get like on your 5th win. You get a gun drop.
You get rewards packages.
No, you get a gun drop on your 5th win, and it's in like the little.
On your 5th win, okay. So my 7th win, what do I get? I got 2 prisms.
Nothing. Your 7th win is 2 more wins that you already lost on.
But I'm playing people on higher cards, so it's harder for me to get there.
Not necessarily. Once you lose, it puts you in a different pool than the flawless pool.
No, the flawless pool doesn't start till A, Sunday, and B, that means if you've been flawless, you're not matchmaking with people that haven't been flawless.
No,
So,
I'm
like,
saying if you're 5-0, you're going against other 5 and 6-0 people, not 5-1 people, 5 and 2
I don't think
people.
that's necessarily true. I think I saw a few people when we had a flawless card and we won that they have, like, they lost whatever streak they were on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I've run
there's
in.
there's 2 things. There's like they've been granted their mercy, which counts as a loss, and then they've lost their flawless passage.
Their passage became flawed.
What's up, Mr. Gunny?
Hey-o.
Okay, so maybe you're only playing flawless people on the card, but I don't think so. I don't think that's true. No, I actually know it's not true, because when I was playing with, after you got offline set, I was playing with NRA, and we already had our loss on our card, and that's when you decided to get off. And I started to play with him, and we granted someone flawless right after that. On that same card that we kept playing, he got his flawless to the lighthouse.
Gotcha. Because I've had again, maybe it's just anecdotal. I feel like the 3 or 4 times that I got a card to 5 in the past 2 weekends, if I lost, obviously you get nothing. But when we won, we would say like almost the entire team got the granted mercy on the other side. Obviously, I think it's different if you're 3 stacking versus if you're matchmaking. I think matchmaking. I think you're right. I think it kind of just goes with everybody.
Yeah,
But I think if you
that
are a
makes
3
sense.
stack, I think it'll go against other 3 stacks that also haven't lost.
I don't know, because even when I was 3 stacking, I was matching with other people that were 2 stacks or solos. So I think it's more
really?
it's more of dependent on the player base.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
who's
there's been a
playing
few
that
times
day.
where I reset a card and I've matched on a 3 stack that had already been flawless. Like when I played on Friday,
Same.
I
It's
matched
from
on a
Wild West
3 stack that was flawless, and they just walked through my team.
Yeah, same. Like when I actually was first solo queuing, and when I hopped into our Call of Duty chat, and I was like, guys, I solo queued and got 3 wins. Like I got wrecked the
I'm
weekend
still
before
trying to
when I
figure
solo
out the
queued.
matchmaking. There's still a little bit that I think that needs to be hammered out, but overall, I think the trials changes are like
Great.
the best thing
I
they've
think they're.
done. The best thing they've done since
Yeah.
Bring Back Vogue.
I
I think
agree.
that's best thing they've really done with PvP in probably a year and a half.
Yeah, I mean,
besides balancing, but yeah.
so I did see it. Let me see if I can pull this up. I got to pull up this stat. But it's something like 360 something thousand people went flawless this last weekend, and that's more than the last 4 seasons combined.
Wow.
Which is
Wait,
nutty.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Bungie tweeted it out or Destiny tweeted it out, but that's an insane statistic. Like, there's that many more people playing trials now, which means the pools are that much better, and there's an anti-cheat now, which I don't know a whole lot about Battle
Rolling out.
Yeah, I think SetTop, you can speak a little bit more to Battle Eye, but it's not an all-in-one shot, right? Like, people can still cheat.
Yeah, from what I understand, they're kind of training it. It's got like a machine learning aspect to it. So, apparently, like it's going to catch a big bulk of the egregious cheaters pretty easily, and then as it rolls out and people start reporting things, they can say, "Hey, this was cheating," and they're reinforcing the battle eye.
Yeah,
No.
okay. Interesting.
I'm not sure exactly how they did it, or if they're maybe just rolling out patches to what it's enforcing. But from what I understand, it's been doing. They expected it to like roll out slow, and it's in quote unquote beta right now. So
Interesting. I didn't know it was only in beta phase. Or is it in beta phase on Destiny only?
on Destiny, it's like
Oh,
their
okay.
battle eye beta.
Who
in-
else uses Battle Eye? I thought like World
First
of
time I heard of
Warcraft or
it.
somebody used it.
Maybe. I mean, I would say no, but that's mostly because World of Warcraft and like all of Blizzard's games, anti-cheat is just trash, and this is performing a lot better than that. So it's hard for me to think that they're the same.
Yeah.
I'm a little bummed I can't play Trials this weekend. I'm not gonna lie. It's either Iron Banner or it's Trials is kind of a downer. Because they don't. What?
You can play both. Right?
No, you can't.
No, you
For
can't?
no,
No,
it's
they actually
it's
just
only
stopped it.
Iron Banner.
Yeah,
Oh.
they just took this. They want one singular pinnacle PvP activity.
Oh, that's a big
Yeah,
bummer.
and I have a list of games that Battle Eye is used on for anti-cheat.
Well-
It's including Player Unknown, as well as Fortnite Battle Royale,
Yeah, PUBG.
Arc.
Well,
Creed
Fortnite's
2.
huge. If it's running on Fortnite, then it's probably decent.
It was
Ghost
running on
Recon
PUBG.
Breakpoint.
That's impressive.
But it has to do its learning for each specific game, though, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they even notated that in the TWAB a couple weeks ago. They said for like the first 6 months of its release that they were gonna kind of almost baby it
Yeah.
into the system until like it could fully recognize and it had its own
So
kind of
Battle Eye is exclusive to PC though, right? Like if I download Destiny on PC, I have to download Battle Eye too, from what I understand.
Correct.
Interesting. I haven't booted up Destiny.
That's where
on PC.
most of it was rampant. Most of the
it's
rampant
so
cheating.
much harder to cheat on console.
Yeah.
I know there's devices, but I don't know.
Is there crossplay? Is there crossplay for Trials?
There is crossplay for Trials.
Yes.
And you can only match with a keyboard and mouse player if you have a keyboard and mouse player in your party when you match.
Oh, gotcha. And Battle Eye is it's a client side thing anyway, so there are ways around it for sure, but
I'm a little worried about the console life, or there's some of those adapters that you can plug keyboard and mouse into and still get your aim assist.
Yeah, but that's going to be, I mean, at this point, it's niche. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that you
niche.
run into it, and it's frustrating, but you never match with the guy again, unless you're like us this last weekend. We ran into that same guy that shatter dived us 4 games in a row.
Yeah, all on different teams. So he was solo queuing, but man, was he annoying. Which, by the way, they need to nerf shatter dive like for the 37th time.
Oh, come on. Don't
I
get me
know
started.
you're a
We had
hunter.
this conversation.
There's no reason it should be
you're
that
running
strong
after
a PvP.
somebody.
Then they should also nerf all of the Titan melees.
All of them? Okay, well, I don't know about all of them.
Well, yeah, what
Because
do you want to nerf about them?
T-Rex arm, because like at least with the Titan melees, I have to aim them now. Like I can't just throw it.
Also,
They've already nerfed Shadow Dive. It still has that cooldown, and dependent on your grenade regen level, you can't even use it well enough. Let me put it that way, well enough to actually kill someone.
I think that
but
the board with stasis, I think that you should be able to break out of it much quicker still.
The problem I have is that it's not like in regular Crucible. Yes, I think they nerfed Shatter Dive and that whole combo a lot. It's not as useful. I think like Amber's saying. Yeah, but when you get into something that's like Trials, where you have 1 life, the fact that when it's 3v3 and with 1 combo you can instantly turn it into a 3v2, that's huge.
Yeah.
Basically, like somebody just decided to not play that round.
Also, like I don't even have to be frozen. I just have to be near a crystal, and if they shatter dive, that's an instant kill. It's not. It does damage. Like there's no other combination like that when it comes to grenades and stuff that's like that in Destiny. All I have to do is put a crystal near somebody, jump up in the air, shatter dive, and if they're even close to it, they're dead. There's no.
Yeah, well, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. They do definitely need to fix that, because when I was on my Titan using Burning Steps, I was 30, 40 feet away from a crystal, and a hunter shatter dived it. And Apex also does bring up a good point. If they do end up nerfing Shatter Dive again
So One-Eyed Mask already got a nerf. The one thing they need to get rid of with One-Eyed Mask is marking your target after death.
Yeah.
That like I think they can get rid of that. Otherwise, One-Eyed Mask is fine because there's tons of other abilities and stuff that does what One-Eyed Mask does. Thunder Crash, I'm not really sure what you would nerf.
Yeah, like I don't know what's wrong with Thunder Crash.
They would have to nerf Curious in that case, because Falling Star with that powerful overshield
does nothing in PvP.
So kinda in PC, Thunder Crash is really good because in PC people have gotten really good at doing the 180s, where you bop into somebody but don't hit the ground and then pop back up and fly around and keep flying into people. Because you do as you pass them by, you do damage. And people have easily gotten 3 and 4 kills.
You have to pretty much touch them, though, because I've been using it a lot, and you have to be so accurate with it. It's like not even worth it.
Well, so on PC though, it is extremely worth it. A lot of people use it on PC. The converse of that is the Revenant Super, the Ice Tornado that just ruins everyone's day.
I don't like the Revenant. If I'm in my super,
it's 800 damage.
But
it kills me still. No matter what. If I'm in my super, if I get hit with a Revenant super, I'm dead. There's no other super that has that ability to shut down instantly, except for Thunder Crash if I hit them.
Golden Gun?
Golden Gun cannot one hit.
Nova Bomb.
The 3-hit, the lower
Nova
bottom
Bomb,
tree can.
maybe.
Bottom tree can 1-hit, but it has to be in the head.
Yeah.
It's very different.
It's just okay. So much higher
Yes.
skilled supers.
Absolutely.
And then
The thing-
also,
again,
it's a one use. So like the Nova Bomb, for instance, I get maybe 1 kill, maybe 2 if I've got the little orbs
you could
that
probably
come
kill
off.
yourself on it.
And I 110% agree with Apex. A bunch of the issues that I have recently is with all of our new exotics getting nerfed.
Well, they're getting nerfed because
Starters.
they're way
ridiculous.
egregiously overpowered compared to the equivalents. Like, did you see what they did with Warlock? You got the Boots of the Assembler, and all it did was gave you more healing for longer and occasionally crashed the game when people were being stupid.
Yeah,
And they
that's fair,
went,
but
nope, we're nerfing it. And they got rid of its functionality for like 3 weeks before they could buff it, or before they could even use it again.
But with the Hunter exotic, specifically, I'm talking Star Eaters, they took away the ease of use for a lot of things.
Who uses
I
the
was
Boots of the Assembler anymore?
I literally faced like 3 people in trials. with them.
Using
Boots?
boots?
Yes, using boots.
Well, the only reason they were using boots is if they were also using Lumina for the damage boost.
Amber, I bet you won that game too, didn't you?
No. I
Liar.
didn't. I didn't. That was one of the cards that we reset.
You didn't lose because of boots then.
Boots of the Assembler. Yeah,
No,
that does
because
nothing.
I did something stupid, and I will acknowledge that.
The proc time is a long time. It's only really good in PvP. It's actually not good in PvP. The only time I would say it's even close to good in PvP is in something like Control, where you can like hold down a lane and keep up the noble rounds and occasionally fire them off and get like the damage boost from it. And that's it. You're dedicating both exotic slots to a damage boost.
Bye, Janino.
No.
Okay. So when did they make it so Nova Bombs don't kill yourself?
They do.
No, well, they have to be like almost dead already.
Well, I think it was because it was probably a while back. It's probably because everyone kept killing themselves on it, and they're like, "What the hell? Why can I not use this super?"
Well, you got Nova Warp. It's fine.
Well, kinda.
The most unused super in the game.
Yeah.
The issue is like Nova Bomb is specifically for either ad control with a bunch of grouped up ads, right? Or if you use the Lance one, the top tree, something that is far away, not close to you. And Warlocks kind of play in that medium to long range too with most of their abilities. Like unless you're using the Winter's Guile or the Necrotic Grips, you don't ever want to have to punch things. And as a Warlock, I rarely do.
Why your punches from across the map?
Yeah, but then you're screwed because you just like ghost fart, jump away, and you just get like mauled down.
Ghost.
How I can't tell you how many times like as I'm jumping away, I'm up in the air and I'm just slowly falling down, and they're like waiting for me like hungry animals, just like waiting for me to hit the ground.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I just imagine.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like because of that, and the same thing with Rift. Why would you use Rift in the middle of enemies? You just get mauled. So that's kind of where Warlocks play, and that's why a big part of why that's not good. Why Nova Bomb isn't good. Hello, Navi. A big reason why Nova Bomb isn't good is because a lot of the Crucible maps are close quarters.
That is true,
Wow.
yeah.
I will say there.
A lot of them.
The new, what is it called? It's not Thunder Crash. It's the new Warlock buff that they just gave to the.
A Landfall, the bottom
Landfall.
tree
Oh my
arc.
God,
That is-
Landfall is so good.
It's hilarious and it's good, but it's only good if they're like right beneath you. Past
Doesn't it
that,
track
it is
them, though?
no. It just shoots them out in like a star formation, the little
I
little
thought it
lightning
like
station.
tracked people.
Oh, that'd be
No,
messed up.
That's Arc Souls.
Yeah.
I will
Next
say,
season's
like,
exotic?
Why
Anyone?
would you not? Yeah, I Why would you use anything besides that though? Like,
Well, so the main reason why that's
throw
so
down your
good.
Rift, you have like something else doing damage, so it could be that one extra damage you need to finish someone.
Correct. Usually, in my experience, especially in trials, people don't pop out long enough for it to get more than like 1 or 2 hits, which is really not that much most of the time. The main reason why I run that bottom tree is because when you're in proximity to people, they added a buff to the what normally used to just give you your rift back faster just by being near allies. Now it also gives you a speed boost. And so it's effectively like using the I can't remember the exotic legs that give you like a faster run speed.
Transversive steps.
Transversive steps basically means you can strafe a lot faster as a warlock. And the whole reason people use transversive steps is because of that, because of the strafing and the occasional reload when you sprint for more than 3 seconds. So it was a great buff, and the main reason I use it is because you can actually move around like a hunter moves around.
I don't know about that. The hunters that just bounce around all the time. I'm like, can you stop? How many jumps do you get?
3.
It says you.
3.
Like 15
that's
minutes
'cause everyone
later,
else
they
is
finally
bunny
come down in the
hopping.
air with their chaperone and hit you in the head from across the.
Oh, that's also probably because they're using stompies.
Freaking chaperone plagued the map this week.
Oh my god,
Dude,
yeah.
honestly, the thing that was ruining us the most was the Bacchus helmet.
Was it? You think it was Bacchus?
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times somebody just like I was coming around a corner and then you saw like a little faint image because they started their Bacchus dodge behind cover, so you don't see much of it, and then they're like right next to you, chaperone. Right next to you,
yeah.
any
They
Bellwinters.
Bacchus to you instead of away
Yes.
from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a gap closer that's like 10 meters and you can't see them.
That's also the perk of the helmet.
I'm just
absolutely.
I'm just totally used to Amber Bacchusing away.
I don't think Bacchus is.
I get scared. I have much fear.
I don't think Bacchus is unfair in any way. I
No,
think that's
it's
definitely
not.
part of it.
I love that helmet. I think that helmet's a great addition.
Why do
Also
you think I
looks
wear
sweet.
it all the time?
Because you're
Yeah,
a toxic stasis hunter.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
Er-
but I only bring the toxicity apparently now on my Titan because I am a solar Titan to the core with burning steps and Vex and fucking trials.
Burning steppies.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm the anti-fun
I'm-
Titan. I run.
I'm bringing Hot Boy Summer.
I run Armamentarium with 2 suppression grenades.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
And
the
bottom
fun sucker.
tree and bottom tree, so that if they're in a super, I can just use my melee ability and take them out of their super.
That's
And I say, no fun for you.
yeah. Oof.
Yeah, I think that all
Fastest
came
way
from
to
like
piss
one
somebody
day. One day I was on a Titan for like the first time in like months, and I was reading through it, and I'm like,
This is
Dude,
gonna be
don't-
fun.
"Didn't you know that the shoulder charge also suppresses?" He goes, "No, it doesn't." We had to go into like a private Crucible match and try it out, and it totally suppresses. So now, whenever somebody's like supering and coming at him, you'll see Michael start running away and then do a U-turn and come back at the guy to shoulder charge him.
Okay.
Was totally doing that this weekend. This last
I've
weekend.
Yeah, that
been
got in your way
doing
one time.
So much
I
sense
know, it
now.
killed me.
I've seen you do that.
I was
Really
doing
funny.
it this weekend, and I was literally running away. I was like, "Oh, I gotta." This guy's supercharged, so I just turned around and I ran right into. Says like, "No!" And then he comes around and kills his. But I was like, "No, you killed me." I was trying so hard to take away his fun.
Right?
Oh, man.
Pretty funny.
The good news is, like, if I do that, I can usually have somebody finish it. But if I take someone out of their super, there's like a time period where they get to ready up before me. And they can start shooting me, and I'm still finishing my animation of like, I just hit you with a shield. And then it's like, I've hit you with 3 bullets. And I'm like, somebody please shoot him.
Right?
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. I will say, going back to like stasis, I think most of the grenades, it's funny, they were either broken or unused, right? So like everyone used cold snap grenades until they nerfed them until they made sense, and then everyone stopped using them. And nobody uses the little Duskfield grenade except for like occasionally they'll use it for point capture, and you're like, what is this dude doing? And that's just like, a free tick on your card.
What's funny is I hate the wall grenade the most, and that's the one.
That's what I'm saying.
PvP.
That's the worst one. That's the worst one, and I think the reason is because it's so big, it's so good at shutting down entire zones.
It is.
And it's not like you can walk up and try to like break it
because it'll kill you.
Because it'll kill you. If you're touching it or within like 5 feet of it when it gets summoned, you also get frozen, and if you break out and you're too close to it, it'll also break the wall and shatter and kill you. Or there's just another hunter going shatter dive.
Count how many times this last weekend somebody hit the hallway in the middle to watch the middle where the middle was, and they close up the whole hallway with ice, and I'm just shooting it with Vex
trying
to break it so I can shoot through it. And by the time I shoot
like
through
it,
somebody's already like hard scope with a sniper or something and just pops me as soon as that wall goes down, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
why did I just waste my time? Like, what's happening? Like, I don't know the right play to make sometimes there. Because I can rotate, but then they're covering those areas because they know they can't come through the ice. I guess unless you shatter dive it as a Revenant Hunter.
But they could also kill you.
I don't. If you shatter dive an enemy,
if you shatter dive
it
an
can kill
enemy ice, it doesn't kill you, but it can kill your teammates. Correct.
That's the thing. Yes, if you're all running through it and you shatter dive, yeah.
That's also why I know that Spike knows this, because usually whenever I'm playing PvP or anything, I'm playing it with him or the Kages. Whenever I have shatter dive on, I do go back up. I'm cracking this crystal, or I just tell them to back up, because you need to have that level of communication. And you need to have that open line of communication with your hunter if you are running specifically one hunter in your group. Because they will automatically, if you shatter dive someone else's crystals, especially if it is a glacial grenade, you can actually kill the hunter that is going to shatter dive after you. Because it's the same thing. They can't.
That's if you beat him on the shatter dive, though.
Yeah.
The problem is, you still have radar, and a lot of times, like, you might get a round off of that. I think that's great, genuinely. The problem that I run into is there was a couple times like our rando would do something similar. He would try to shatter dive, but the animation that you're in after you shatter dive, everyone just shoots you afterwards. Like, it breaks off the thing, and then you're just standing there like the curtain just opened on you. And
and that's a big issue. I think most of the time when hunters actually do that are breaking enemy crystals, they have to either have something that's such high in mobility or use their backrest to get out of that, because that is,
I guess,
in all purposes, your main encounter.
Slide, but that's
oh my god! Don't get me started on that. I can't tell you how many Titans will do the same thing as the shatter dive to me with their slide as they come around a corner with their Bellwinters and the new old arms, whatever they're called, the ones that give you your overshield.
Well, they can't slide through crystals with that. Because you have to be void.
Ice ball.
You have to be void.
Oh yeah, that's right. But again, I'm putting things together at this point. But yes, I can't tell you how many times people just slide, because you slide so far and so fast as a Titan with the stasis slide.
I mean, Silent here in the chat says it brings a point. Like a lot of times, I would see they'd shatter dive and then just dodge out of the way. And if you have backrest, then you're just completely safe.
Yes, and that's what I saw a lot of Titans do too, is they would slide and shatter all the crystals, probably kill someone, but if you're just holding your circle, your animation immediately goes into popping a barrier and you're going to be fine. And hunters do the same thing. If they have their dodge up, as soon as they hit the ground, they just dodge back, and especially if they're running backrest, they're in and out.
Yeah.
Also, when we're nerfing Felwinter range, I'm tired of them using it as a sniper rifle.
You know what? It's gone down. It's gone down enough that I'm happy that, like, even if they don't nerf it, I'll just be like annoyed for a little while. Every time I see it. You know what I really know they're not gonna get rid of, and it's like the bane of my existence.
Chaperone.
Fucking Jotun.
Oh my god,
Jotun. Oh my god, if Emily hears you say that, she'll have a conniption.
I don't care. It's so wrong.
It will. You either get rid of tracking. Or you get rid of the like explosion burn effect afterwards.
I'd say the aggressive tracking needs to go down.
The tracking is the thing that bothers me, is because like okay,
and
here you go.
The corner.
Like 90 degrees, yeah, like fuck.
And they don't even aim in; they just hip fire it.
Yeah.
thing I have an issue with is like something like a hunter. You guys have a dodge every like what 30 seconds ish. If you're having like a decent,
Yeah.
you have a decent mobility, it's every 30 seconds or so. And what you end up doing is, as soon as it starts tracking you, you can dodge, and it breaks all tracking. It does that for everything in the game. Swarm grenade, skip grenade, anything that's tracking at you. If you dodge as a hunter, it breaks the tracking, and it'll go at where you were. So especially with something like Bacchus, you just dodge directly left, it'll never hit you. And I walk out as a warlock, just peek a sorry, excuse me, I hiccuped and burped at the same time. It was amazing.
It's gross.
I peek a corner, and there's a guy already charging his Jotun, and I'm just hosed. There's no counterplay.
You could float with a ghost fart if you really wanted
Ghost
to.
fart. Yeah, that makes it
Honestly,
worse.
it'll make it easier for them to hit me.
That's
because
like
there's
the
no-
worst thing
there's
about
no
playing as a
counterplay.
warlock.
Yeah, no, there
You're
really
stuck
isn't.
in the air.
I can't tell you that we went against one guy, and this is a fairly close, like there's a lot of like alleyways in that map. I can't remember, like Worm something.
Wormhaven.
Yeah. There's a lot of alleyways, and I can't tell you. There was a guy like out on the heavy, and I was coming out of the spawn. I don't even know how to even label the spawns, but the little bridge. I was peeking out from main into that little bridge while he's out next to heavy, and no counterplay. It just immediately nailed me as I came around the corner.
Yeah.
Because he can start charging it, shoot it as I'm even peeking, and it backs onto me. And I just, what do you do? There's no counterplay. And he gets 2
frustrating.
shots every round, so
The 2
he can
shots.
just
So
map you.
I think there needs. There's been a lot of talk of balancing PvP versus PvE, and I'm fine with Jotun in 6v6. Honestly, it doesn't bother me as much. But like, if I could get it in a 3v3 elimination style round mode, you could kill over like 2/3 of the team with one gun.
If not all. Just splash damage. You can hit one person. If they're standing too close, you get both.
So I think it's a little broken there.
Well, and it's the same thing with Le Monarch, because if you get a precision shot fully charged, you get splash damage for the poison as well.
Yeah, but Le Monarch will not one-shot. Granted, it is infinite ammo, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
The Le Monarch.
But like, I started using that because we started getting Brave Little Toasted right out of trials, and so I pulled out the Le Monarch. I pulled out Le Monarch and just kept just peeking, just like shoulder peeking people, and you'd win like everything.
I mean, I am an Oathkeeper Le Monarch hunter, so it's like, yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
What was the nerf to Celestial Fire and Warlock Stasis melee?
It has a range. I know it used to have like a lot longer range, and they pulled that back like 8 or 10 meters. And the tracking also, if I remember correctly, they reduced the tracking aggression.
So that was the recommended nerf. That's
Same thing with the Warlock.
So
The Warlock Stasis melee had an AoE thing. So the Warlock Stasis melee, it was like, it's a crystal like this big, but it was basically the size of one of those, exercise balls Karen and HR sits on all day. So it's just like throwing that down a hallway, and you're like bound to get hit by it when you're in those tiny hallways, and it would just freeze not only the person that it hits, but anybody within a, exercise ball radius to them.
Is anyone going to talk about how Karen from HR is also a hunter main?
It's absolutely. No, it's a bottom tree Void Titan. Just cuz.
Bottom tree Void Titan? Oh,
Yeah.
She takes away all the fun.
Yeah.
Just suppress
I
it.
mean, fair.
Sweet, I am
Fair.
Karen. I am deeming
Yeah, you're
my
Karen
class
from
in
HR.
PvP is Karen.
Karen from HR.
This person's going to get Karen.
Can you come on up to 433? Got a conversation I'd like to have with you.
How to ruin anybody's Thursday.
I hate how so specific that was, but immediately I thought back to when I worked at GameStop for some of our fucking corporate calls.
Oh my god, yeah.
Ugh.
We're gonna try real hard to push for this, aren't we, team? And you're like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm sorry. When did we decide this?
I know there's no I in team, but you definitely ain't my team either.
Yeah.
Dude, that's true. They always focus on Telesto, but they never focus on the toaster. But that's probably because the Telesto literally breaks the game each season. It's like, what is it going to do this season?
It's been breaking the game since D1. Did you see what it does? What it did recently at the start of this season?
What did it do? I don't know.
So the melee that gave you orbs, it's like the solar or stasis melees give you orbs on final blows.
Okay.
Well,
oh yeah, it's just popping orbs.
You'd spray all your Telesto and then hit it, and it would pop out like 7 orbs. And I'm like,
It was solar because you had to use a throwing knife.
So
yeah,
it was the hunters.
Yeah.
Well, no, Celestial Fire Warlocks are doing the same thing.
Oh, I didn't know it procced for that. All I knew was it procced
Yeah,
for
they were
the throwing knife.
Yeah, they were.
Meanwhile, Titans are just over here throwing hammers and stuff.
Yeah.
And nothing's
Okay. We're gonna, if we want to talk about that, I watched a Titan walk up to Atheon's big toe and go ka-tink, ka-tink, and killed him in 3 seconds. Just went Bob the Builder on his freaking pinky toe, ruined the guy's career.
Kind of hilarious. Although it does take a lot to build that. I haven't done it yet personally, which is weird as a Titan main. Yeah, it is. You have to burn up burning. What is it?
Times 3. You kill 3 things with your hammer, and then go pick up your hammer. You go kill, pick it up. Kill,
you can't
pick it
do
up.
anything else. So what am I gonna do? Kill 3 supplicants and chill, and just hope I don't get killed by some harpies?
No, you do it. So it only lasts for 10 seconds. You just do it as they're like finishing up their oracles. Like the last round of oracles, you go and farm up your 3 hits real quick on the supplicants coming in. And then you walk up and just hit him in the big toe.
I literally see a supplicant coming up behind me that Amber purposely didn't kill.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, you're not wrong.
As you
but
do.
then I'll also like try killing it before it reaches you, and then me killing it kills you.
Astounding, to be honest.
It'd be wonderful. She'll
Gentleman
probably just
and a scholar.
backwards dodge out of the way, and then it'll be like, and this Titan.
Boom.
I accidentally killed Carp that one time.
Oh my god, can we talk about me? I still can't get over how I
It's
killed
just
Trev.
abilities, it's not the hammer.
Yeah, it's just solar abilities. By the way, have you seen what's the pyretic embrace or whatever, the Titan chest piece or arm? It's a Titan arms that give you the enhanced fusion grenades that explode on impact.
I know what you're talking about, but I've literally used them once.
Yeah, I don't think I've used those.
Okay, they explode huge. They explode on impact. And what people are doing in the Crucible is they'll do that. They'll get the burning flames
Am I
times
looking
2.
at Amber right now?
No,
get
it's still set.
No, I'm just saying, like, is this what you're doing in the what in
Oh,
the
no,
world was that? You just have a little like dinosaur run behind you?
Sorry, that was
like a little T-Rex or
Hey, no,
something.
that was
Little
Eminem.
raptor.
He's just chilling out over here, guys.
Oh,
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Did
Yeah.
you just
Wild.
spill
Hey,
mom's spaghetti or
Hey,
what?
yeah, you keep that spaghetti where it's at, all right? No, so what they were doing is they'll get to roaring flames times 2, and at that point the grenades one shot, like just one shot. If you like hit them in the feet or like anywhere in the body, it one shot on contact. And so I was watching people; they will just run around and just keep it because it refreshes your grenade. The
hammer. Yeah.
arms. No, the arms. Those exotic arms, they improve your fusion grenade. They make them explode on impact, and if you kill something with it, it automatically refreshes your grenade. And so they'll just run around Crucible, just kill over and over. It's hilarious.
Huh.
Just
Are you
throwing
talking
fusion
about
grenades.
Frostbolt, Silent? 7th
No.
column with the fusion grenades.
Yes.
What does the 7th column of the fusion grenades mean?
So
Is that a
7th
stat?
column is when you kill 7 people in a row without dying. Like very
Oh.
fast. Very fast. Like 4 would be like a fairy kill or whatever. Ashen Wake.
Ashen Wake. Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
I don't
literally
even
use
have
ones.
those.
Well, they're hilarious.
Those are what I call vault sitters.
Those are like amazing, actually.
Actually, do I
It
have
seems
them?
very
Question
specific, though. It
of
doesn't
the
seem like it's an
day.
easy proc. So, I mean, I'm all for like skill-based exotics, but those are not something I'm going to be running.
Yeah, fusion grenades now explode on impact and gain increased throw speed, so you get like you're throwing baseballs at people. And then fusing
do have those.
final blows with fusing grenades grant grenade energy, and in Crucible it gives you your whole grenade back.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
So-
I can mess around with that.
I could. Did somebody post a video?
I had a feeling.
Oh, it is
Carp.
Carp. What up, Carp?
I had a feeling. Yeah, no, actually, in the Kage chat, Carp was also talking about stasis mods to help regain grenades for hunters as well. It's the stasis grenade kickstart, doing the whole 30 to 40% energy back as well. So I mean,
Oh yeah, I have seen those mods. We were looking at those, but I think those stasis mods aren't exclusive to stasis. I think it has to go on the stasis armor
it's on
piece, but it
anything,
works.
But it has to be stasis armor, yeah.
Yeah, which
You don't have to watch it now, but I say
when I have all this other masterworked it's too much.
Yeah.
There's too many armor pieces to juggle now, and we don't have enough armor pieces and we just don't have enough slots on our character.
Though the
It's
arm
really
slots
that-
that we've seen have been great. The ones that are like, hey, if you use your grenade ability, get back half of your grenade ability
Yeah,
energy.
that's what she's talking about.
That's silly. It's so good.
I mean,
Yeah.
specifically for my Bacchus, I actually changed it to stasis for its class, for its armor type, just because I want to. Since I mostly do neutral game in PVE, I want to be able to generate all the orbs that my teammates could need.
All the
First
orbs.
off, Carp, nothing is worth switching to stasis. It is cancer.
That's not true.
First
Cancer.
off,
It's your
hey,
opinion.
no,
What I'm really sad about is so
With all these opinions, bro.
the reason why we initially took a break from Destiny last season was when Master Vogue came out. The scale of difficulty versus experience gain was ridiculous. And we're all GM ready. We both I've gilded my Conqueror once or twice, and I'm supposedly ready to do the hardest content in the game, and yet an overload just wipes 3 of us easily. It makes little sense. So it burnt me out with just we just want you to grind bounties from the moment you wake up to the moment you don't go to sleep. So that way you can do this high level content. And I think there's a better way to balance that. Although this season, since the season's going to last until February, I'll probably try it again once I'm plus 20 in the artifact, or plus 25, and be able to easily hold my own. But I don't feel like you should have to do that, because that's a lot of grinding. We're not all CST.
Oh,
no, we're not.
We don't have
It just-
10,000 hours to spend in Destiny, by the way. 10,000.
dude, honestly, just thinking about it hurt me.
Right.
Like you just saying we're not CST, I was like, oh, but imagine if we're, and then I couldn't imagine if we were.
I'd have much more gray hair.
Dude, Carpet did. And honestly, I mean, I've played with most of you Kages, and I've played with, of course, everyone in Engine. And most of us are, we can get through, if we were literally just focused on clearing Vogue, just beating it, not doing any challenges, we can get it done in 30, 40 minutes pretty easily.
Yeah. Yeah, if we're not doing any stupid wipes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, Ty and I aren't going, we wonder if this works.
So, somehow, in my opinion, if a team can consistently clear the regular Vogue in 30 to 40 minutes, the master level Vogue should then be maybe 2.5 to 3 hours to clear.
Yeah, not impossible.
Right? It should be that scale of difficulty. You're still succeeding, but you're doing harder things. And then maybe that means if doing the challenge increases it from 3 hours to 4.5, because it took you an hour and a half extra to do that one challenge. That's a worthwhile experience to me. That's a time commitment I'm able to commit to, and I think it needs to be Bungie needs to really think about the way they do the artifact level or master level content, because just grinding artifact levels isn't fun.
No, it sucks.
I think that there's better ways to do that. And maybe you just do I think what they should do in PvP is it's gear based. if you've done your due diligence, just like any other Destiny 1 raid, and gotten your gear, then the artifact level makes no difference, and you can do this higher level content, and it's going to be the same no matter what. It's just like, or they should do, what is it, the day 1 raid, the challenge enabled, where no matter what, you're that far down. It's definitely doable. We got farther that day. We didn't finish it, but we got to Atheon.
We got
to Atheon, and then it was 2 a.m. and we're like, hell with this.
Yeah,
oh, it's 2 a.m. for you guys.
Yeah,
no, it's 4.
Yeah, but that was fine. Like, and that was something that, like, I feel like once we would go back, if we went back into Vault with the same challenge mode, knowing what we knew, it would take us probably 3-4 hours to get to where we were. Maybe, I don't know, maybe less, but doable. Like, we went from clearing the VOG in 30 minutes to not opening the door.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Right. It felt like you were making no progress, and it's not something you could think through or change the strategy of. It was just straight up just too heavy.
Yeah, and you watch like Dado or somebody else say, they're like, use stasis. And I mean, we know how I feel about stasis, but I understand, like, not catering to everyone. It has to, like, can we use whatever they want? Like, that's not the type of game they want to have anymore. But people being forced to use stasis just to get breathing room to be able to kill something, that's not okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I would agree with that for sure.
But I'm willing to give Master Vague a try as long as in December they don't up the level again. I'm a little worried on the 30th anniversary release they're going to up either the artifact level, well, mostly, and then the Master Vague level. So right now it's 1360.
Which I don't even know why they had to up the level.
1350 is still a lot.
We're still...
But it's still, like, each level in the artifact requires more and more XP. So I got to grind that many more bounties and play just random game modes to try to bounty grind. I can't even do the content I want to get better. Man, I don't know. I liked, like, in D1 where it was higher level than you when you came out, and you had to work at doing that content to get to that higher level.
Yeah, it's almost like they take the approach lately has been you're assumed to be able to do it at the base level, and then if you grind your little heart out and you sell your kids, then you can participate in the higher level stuff. And it's like,
but what happens
why?
The next season when you're out of kids?
I mean, you do the CST thing. Apparently, he has a lot of kids. Had a lot of kids.
He's negative.
He's negative kids.
He's
selling future kids.
Selling the souls.
He owes Activision Blizzard 3 kids still.
Oh, that's just from when they were active with Activision
Yeah.
Blizzard.
Exactly.
Oh wow! So he was negative then. So I don't even want to know how many kids he is at now.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
is this conversation?
Yeah, and like I love how the everyone's thing was like, and I probably shouldn't have. I got like all scrappy on Reddit, and I showed you that Spike of me saying, "Hey, Master Vogue is bad. Like, it is poorly done. It is lazily implementing how hard things can be by just throwing a bunch of things at you and cranking the knob up to 12. Like that is not making something more difficult in a like a constructive and fun way. That's just making it difficult because you can make it difficult.
I can easily increase a number. Like, that's not hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All enemies get 200% health and 300% damage. You're like, great, okay. Also, 1 in 5 is a champion.
So
Good luck.
Base vault is 1300, and it's 1300 still, but they upped the master to 1360. It was 1350. I think the Master Vogue, with the current way things are set up, should have been 1330, because the max gear level was 1320. So plus 10 in the artifact is it's a pretty decent grind for an everyday person. And then
Yeah, you're in like the 60s or 70s, right? Or is it lower than that
for what?
on the pass?
I'm in the 70s right now.
And you're like plus 12, so it's probably like
Yeah.
in the 50s, right? You're about halfway through your pass is when you can start participating in this in a reasonable way. That makes sense to me.
But if you're just and then they had things like champions and stuff like that. I think that's a worthwhile experience, and it's giving people a reason to do it, and it's becoming more accessible. I mean, Trials, to loop back, is the perfect example of when you make your game more accessible. It's not necessarily that it's easier. You still have to win 7 matches to go flawless. Like, that's still not an easy feat. But more people are participating because it's more accessible, and you're not just playing the top 2% of people all the time. People are willing to do it. So if you open up the raids the same way, I think that they'll have more and more people participating in doing these like harder activities and enjoying your game more. I think they're worried about people leaving once they do something, which is the opposite of how they think they should be going about it.
Right. And imagine if you had like the opportunity to make progression towards like getting better at the Grandmaster by like carrying people through the regular raid. Then you would have more people carrying randos through the regular raid to get their experience to work on Grandmaster, and then more people would be interested in the raid itself.
For sure.
Like something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I got a lot of flack when Master Vogue came out because I was like extremely upset about the way that they implemented it, and I had people basically telling me, "Oh, don't worry about it. I did it at the time it was like 1343," and I'm like, that's like level 200 in the pass. How is that comparable? And all of their responses to anybody that actually did it was, it's supposed to be hard. Like they're not making it hard. They're just making it complicated. They're just saying, hey, it's time gating effectively, but it's based on in-game time.
Yep.
Because it's not like you get better experience rates by being a better player and getting more critical hits. You get better experience rates just by there's no better. You just play more.
So
you keep farming the same thing over and over again. You go into that dungeon and keep killing the infinite thrall spawn, and that's it.
To transition us just a little bit, Carp wants to know potential Grandmaster corrupted strategies. Don't. I looked at the GMs this season, and I'm like, I don't even know if I want to partake. It's got Proving Grounds and Corrupted in the same pool. And I swear, I know exactly what's going to happen in Corrupted. We're going to get all the way to the end. It's going to be great. We're going to have like 14 revives, and she's going to boop all 3 people right off the map.
Yeah.
Just, there's that little, like, boop, see ya.
Like, and again, it's a little bit weird that the map that they choose, or like the strike that they choose to make Grandmaster, is the one that has buggy, luck-based fall mechanics. You have to fall down that entire shaft. How many times, like
that's why you gotta do that shit one at a time. Once one person gets down, you go to the
one
next
at
person.
a time. Make sure you don't hit the
is,
random swinging ball.
If they
80%
last
through
person
the strike.
dies up top, their ghost doesn't move. But there is a transition zone. But that means the next two people have to get through the Grandmaster level Nightfall till the transition zone.
You get down there, you got to do the elevator still, don't you? Can't remember if it's at the end of that fall or a different fall, but you have to do the elevator. Like the elevator's going to suck too.
Are you thinking of the Shadowkeep strike?
Oh, I am. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is the one in the Dreaming City. The Corrupted.
No. I'm thinking of the elevator that you have to pass the ball around and stun the champion or stun the shields.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not. There we go.
Yeah.
3 thunder crashing titans. I mean, yeah, that's great for DPS. It'll probably kill her at the very end, but you have to get there. That's what I'm worried about because they're gonna have Champions Mob in there, and all this stuff. And usually how we've been getting by it is 2 Titans with Ursas to block damage and allow people to actually do some damage to enemies. And I don't know with the nerf with Ursas if it's possible. Because
With 3
Yeah.
Ursas, maybe.
yeah, say if you do a 3 Ursa strat, you're constantly rotating Ursas. You're eliminating players now because not everybody is a Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
You
beginning.
can
by the way, of
basically-
the elevator. He says. Carp says.
Yeah, so it's after you go through the first actual.
Oh yeah, the
um,
elevator's in the beginning. That's right. It's before
walkway,
that
and
big
then
fall.
you have all of the Taken in that room, and then you jump into the elevator area.
Yeah, I mean when you're that low, and for some reason they're gonna do the airborne one or whatever it's called, grounded.
Grounded.
And so the
Grounded will
one
never
strike
be
that
in
you have
the
to.
GM, luckily.
Oh, that's good.
The
I was
GMs
about to say,
have
like
a
you're
set
jumping
pool
everywhere.
of mods.
Yeah.
You're jumping everywhere in that, and like it's so easy just to take. Dude, making those huge jumps is already so easy just to eat it on. You know,
I'm very aware.
Yeah.
and you know that what normally is like 3 at one spot when you're actually jumping down towards the Techian, and there's 2 invisible taken Minotaurs and a like a wanted enemy. That's now going to be 1 or maybe 2 champions, and still the invisible Minotaurs that will one-shot you because
Probably
void and splash
overload.
damage.
And I'm gonna hate
And
myself.
void and splash damage ruins you in these things. Wait, how would they do that?
More champions. Just put more champions. That's how they do it.
I know. That's not an overload. There's not an overload taken Minotaur,
Overload.
is there?
Yep. Minotaurs, hobgoblins.
I thought that was
Yeah.
just Vex, like the non-taken Minotaurs were
No,
overload.
they can be both.
Okay.
Also, because I just got my no backup plan, so I was grinding the Lost Sector in the Dreaming City, which was a taken one, and there was an overload hobgoblin in there.
Yeah, I knew those ones. Those
They
suck.
they also use stasis now, and their stasis
Mhm.
grenades are mini Revenant supers. They're like a Duskfield grenade with the tornado in the middle, and it's terrible. So that's
terrifying.
gonna be in the corrupted too. You got to remember that they're adding stasis to that.
And that's not even the worst part. The fact is, like, you shoot one of those overload hobgoblins, and they do not stop with their whatever it's called, the retaliation, the taken retaliation.
Swarm. Yeah, no, that's And
Those
without
will
Ursas,
one-shot you.
how are you? Yeah, how are you gonna block all that damage or do enough damage to them fast enough so that they don't retaliation swarm? Because like, if you stun them, you have like what, 5 seconds before they get up and they start retaliation swarming, and it's literally nonstop. So like, it's great that they have the melee stun for overloads, but the other option's a bow. So it's bow or melee, and that's
There's one other option. I forget what it was.
oh, it's
Sword.
divinity.
Yeah.
Divinity and sword.
Well,
Yeah, sword.
if you can get up close and a sword in a GM Nightfall.
Yeah.
I've seen people do weirder things.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, when she boops you and you're slowed with stasis, so you can't jump at the end. Oh my god, Apex! Why are you putting that? Why,
Dude, a
it's
lot
gonna
of people, and I know a lot of people were super excited when we got Aegir's Scepter. We're like, oh, finally something that can, freeze targets at will rather than being like ability based, and I can still run my Ursas and be able to have the utility of stasis. But the unfortunate thing is that only works when you kill something.
Yep.
So in GM Nightfalls, I don't know if that's very reliable.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll
it
have
will
to,
be.
We'll have to see
On the-
what
on
some
the
of the
mods,
strategies that come out
it's
of some of the
dependent on your
high-level
build.
squads are.
So,
sure.
like,
Well,
how
I'm saying if you're running Ursas.
Well, yeah, but that's the whole thing. I don't think the Ursa Titan should be running it. I think if you do have someone who is
If
running
all
stasis,
three of you are Ursa Titans.
that is fair. Yeah, that's fair.
You could do
But
2
then I
Ursa
would-
Titans and a Phoenix Protocol.
I think you're
Yeah.
still going to need at least one Ursa Titan. It might only be 50% of your super, but that should hopefully be long enough to block damage for somebody to clear out 1 or 2 champions and then fall back. It's just gonna make it so much slower, and you're gonna think about your spots. It's gonna be.
And I forget that well is useless in GMs.
Yeah, man, it sucks. And what sucks is like
You just get killed through it.
you get killed through it, and then it's useless with Ursa's because I can't stand in a well and block damage and get my super back if I'm standing in, like if I'm standing near, I have to be in front of your well. There's something broken still with that.
Yep. And you can't run Geomags anymore. Like I can't think of what Warlock would be good in GMs anymore.
It's got
maybe Controverse Void, like Top Tree Void.
If you're, I mean, you can get the new Nothing Manacles too, like the
Those suck. They actually are worse. Did you know that?
What? They're worse
because
than Controverse or what?
They're worse than base grenades. There's something messed up. The way that they track so aggressively that they will immediately pop up and run into each other and explode on each other rather than on the enemy.
What?
Yeah, they track too aggressively.
How?
Stasis 100%.
Because they'll immediately come out and try to hit the thing, and because they're all turning at once, so close to each other, because it's so close to the epicenter of the initial grenade explosion, they'll hit each other instead of so unless you throw it at the thing, at the enemy and hit the enemy with it, then it'll do great. If you hit outside of the enemy, they like 80% of them explode on each other.
Is the Warlock stasis turret a grenade or a melee?
Yep. It's your consumed grenade, and you can have a lot more than 2. So, you can have. They last for 30 seconds. So if you're running something like Grenadier,
and stasis is still a ranged melee with a Warlock, right? Yeah. So I guess that's probably an option. And if you run the,
that's my plan. It's just stasis and the. Again, I think the overload melee
stasis into the game and forcing people to use it on the higher level activities.
And the overload melee is, I believe it's solar or stasis, so it'll still work with the overloads.
Stasis, yeah.
Yes.
So my freezy will also overload. Yeah, I mean you just basically keep freezing something. That's your option.
You get your melee back too instantly with that mod if you stun the champion, and it gives everybody else in the fire team their melee.
Yep.
But necrotic grips paired with the stasis, I'm not sure how that would.
I don't know if that would do anything.
I feel like that's a Trevor question.
Does the ranged melee of a stasis Warlock trigger? I don't think it triggers. I think it has to be an actual physical contact in melee, right?
No, not necessarily. But even if it did,
the bug that just happened for what was it, Bottom Tree Solar?
Yeah, you can throw your grenade and it explodes and causes it.
Poison last? Will it last long enough to do a second stun?
It lasts for like 5 or 6 seconds.
So no.
So it might. I don't think it lasts for much longer. It might just keep ticking, but it does like. Yeah, I mean it doesn't do much damage.
I'm more worried about like if it can keep stunning for me.
That's fair. And if it does, then yes, then you absolutely need a stasis warlock in every GM.
Especially if it's overload, because right now it seems like they're switching from barrier and something else to overload and something else, and making us use a bow. Divinity.
Yeah, but even if it's unstoppable, the freeze is so good, and like we even did it with barriers. Remember when we had those barrier hobgoblins in Glassway? No, the barrier hobgoblins in Glassway.
Barrier is AR only though. Now.
Yes.
Well, so
just AR.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Is in the Glassway we had those like barrier hobgoblins, and what we would do is instead of worrying about stunning them, we would just keep refreezing them before they could enter the shield animation, and that was it. You just kept doing that. You gotten 3 Vex to drop now? Don't talk to me. You're dead to me.
He was talking to me when we ran it, and he's like, "Should I tell Set this?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna tell Set."
Did you watch that video I sent you today?
No.
Oh my god, you sent it to me maybe.
Yeah, it was a short. Did you watch it?
I didn't. I saw it and then I didn't watch it.
I'm gonna see if I can put it on stream. Hold on, and then we'll close out the stream with it.
Oh, it's hysterical. I was dying.
So rude.
It was
Y'all
hysterical.
having so much fun at my expense.
I'm gonna send it
Of
to
course.
Discord first. So I
I'm
can
sorry,
bring up
you were
these
having the same fun at mine and Spike's expense when we were
That's not
trying
true.
to get...
I apologized egregiously. I'm so sorry.
Still
I don't.
laughing at us.
Well, yeah, it's hilarious that you guys did 50 runs and I did 2, and I was just like laughing.
Yeah, and
But,
how many runs are you now?
I think 25.
Yeah, like I said last time, take a seat. Come on.
There's no take a
It'll
seat
drop
there.
It'll drop when it drops.
I know, and apparently it's never.
All right, so
The problem is no. So the problem isn't that I won't get it. I know eventually I'll get it, and that's fine. The problem is in Destiny 1, what happened is I had it, or it was out for a while, and it was broken. Like it was running everything. It was so good in PvE, it was ruining PvP. Like if you didn't have it, you weren't having fun. And I finally got it to drop, and literally the next day they nerfed it, and nobody used it.
Oh my gosh.
And I just know that's gonna happen. Like I'm gonna get it at the very end of the season in freaking February, and then they're gonna go, ha ha ha, that was fun, right? And then it's gone. Like, have fun with your Gallarhorn. Nobody wants to use this anyways.
All right, I'm putting it on stream for everybody to see it. Let's see if
Just having flashbacks.
Oh,
how do I get it to play again?
Hit the replay button.
There's a browser source on stream. Well, that's not what I want.
That is not what you...
Yeah, let's go.
Wow, that's wow. Master Lost Sector flawless. Good, that's awesome.
Let's try something else. Let's do a window.
Oh,
What are
he
they doing?
110% missed though on that one shot.
Who is
Judging
this?
his bow skills.
Let's see here. Window capture.
Maybe.
Add new source.
For anyone listening on audio, this is what technical difficulties sound like.
It's something like that.
Learning as we go.
Just Brandon.
Okay, done. Now
We're trying to play a video.
Oh, that's not. Let's not do that. Let's do theater mode. Okay. Put that right there. Transition. All right.
Oh my gosh. There he is.
Oh, yep, this is it.
Big mad.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Just watching set every week.
Yeah. My favorite is Guy going, he was complaining so much more than I was. I'm like, yeah, this sucks. And he's like, no, dude, this is so stupid. I can't believe I still haven't gotten it yet. And then, and I'm not mocking his voice. He just has a much deeper voice than I can't mimic it. But he's like, dude, no, I can't get this. Like, I still haven't gotten it. And I'm just gonna go all season without getting it. And I'm like, like pipe down a little bit. You haven't played 3 seasons. And then he gets it, and he's like, "Oh yay!" And I'm like, "Yeah, I still didn't get it. So can you stop complaining now?" And then, like the next week or the week after that, it was like 2 weeks later, he gets another one, and I'm like, "I don't want to ever hear you complain ever again." Ever.
Well,
Yeah.
on that
Not
note,
allowed.
we are out of time, so it is time to wrap that up. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. I think next week we're going to be talking about the state of Warzone. As
We get an ad read?
Yeah, ad read. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Alyssa. She's been great. She really helps me through her. Oh wait, that sponsor?
Yeah, not Alyssa. Our primary sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Thank you, Raid.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll hopefully see you next